Oklahoma is again in the spotlight on talk shows and news programs across the nation. One topic making headlines is a proposed bill concerning the advanced placement U.S. history curriculum being taught at Oklahoma high schools. The bill's author, Representative Dan Fisher from Yukon, says he and his bill have been misrepresented.
Students taking advanced placement U.S. history classes in Oklahoma were among the many citizens who expressed outrage when hearing news reports about a proposed Oklahoma law.
The state of Oklahoma took a step toward banning AP U.S. history this week.
I just can't imagine taking out a class that's so important and so and teaches us critical thinking and analysis and really thinking for ourselves instead of just memorizing facts.
So I just got a little worried because I saw this as kind of the beginning of, limiting what you can see instead of showing, the whole picture, show only a small lens of what actually happened instead of, the big picture.
It's very concerning because, it's very controlling, and I would not like to be controlled. I'd like to have, free range of expression and opinion and ideas, and it's not okay to, have that taken away from you.
State Representative Dan Fisher is author of House Bill 1380, which called for the elimination of the current advanced placement U.S. history curriculum and test. Fisher says the new course is setting forth philosophy and ideology and leaving out important parts of history that he believes should be emphasized.
Unfortunately, this framework appears to have been intentionally written to stress the things that are the most wrong with America, questioning, for instance, our free market system.
Fisher believes he has been unfairly portrayed by the news media. He says the intent of the bill was not to eliminate AP history classes in Oklahoma high schools.
The intent of 1380 was to deal with a brand new AP framework that is designed by a private company in New York. States have no input into what the framework is. They do call upon a number of professors, but the College Board, which is a private company, they choose.
The private company he refers to is the College Board, which is a not-for-profit organization created in 1900 to expand access to higher education. The College Board developed the SAT college entrance exam and advanced placement testing. Fisher maintains his bill only intended to have the State Board of Education review the new College Board framework.
The bill itself called for the analysis to see if the new framework meets state standards. If it did not, then it, meaning the bill, called for the State Board to find an alternative.
Representative Fisher repeatedly insists the bill was just calling for an analysis or review of the material. But the words analysis or review are not mentioned in House Bill 1380. It states, the State Board of Education shall identify and adopt a United States history program and corresponding test in lieu of the advanced placement United States history course and test offered by the College Board. So you are asking for it to be replaced, not reviewed?
Probably so. This is one of the reasons that we said most bills go through a number of revisions, and the intent was not to back anybody into a corner. So I will admit to you that some of the wording was not as perfectly written as it should have been.
Freshman Representative John Paul Jordan was one of 11 representatives who voted to allow the bill out of committee. He did so with reservations.
There are several instances or several things that we have where we look at it and say, okay, the bill as itself isn't great law, but some of the things that can come out of this bill, it's the vehicle you have at the moment.
For now, Fisher says the bill is dead.
For those who were concerned, 1380 is done, and so we'll see what happens as the debate continues, because I guarantee you this is not the last we'll hear about this.
Dr. Anthony Marshall teaches AP U.S. history at Tulsa's Booker T. Washington High School. He says students and taxpayers who publicly expressed their alarm about the bill received an important lesson in the last 2 weeks.
One of the greatest things my students are finding out is The First Amendment to our great Constitution allows them to even question the acts of our legislature. Who would not want our students to understand these great documents that they said we must teach? The only difference is our students are fully understanding the documents, not just memorizing them.
The controversial bill listed a number of topics that its author believes should be included in AP U.S. history. World history teacher John Waldron believes that is a dangerous road to go down.
Education is about opening up minds, and politicians should be very careful before they get into the business of telling us how to teach or telling students how to learn. That puts government in the propaganda business, and that's not good for anybody.
But Fisher and some lawmakers in other states believe the current curriculum is biased. The Republican National Committee and the State Republican Party of Oklahoma have each passed resolutions asking for the new teaching framework to be shelved until it is investigated by Congress and state legislatures across the nation.